Hello there, welcome back to Hope to Change. I'm Kay. Hi there to everybody who is already subscribed. Welcome, welcome. And if you're new here and you don't know what this channel is about, let me help you with that. This channel will be about, or this channel is about, anybody who is hoping to change for Jesus Christ. Anybody who is trying to get closer to Jesus Christ through my testimony and through the knowledge and understanding that the Lord has given me. The goal of this channel is to help you as much as I can get to the Lord, get to change, get to live in your purpose. So if that sounds like anything that you're interested in, go ahead and subscribe, join the team, join the party. Oh, and if you guys like this necklace, like any of the jewelry that I'm wearing, yeah, I wore the earrings with this one today. I will also have that in the description below. If you guys want to make some extra money of your own, it's also in the description below. So go ahead. It's not very expensive at all. You can get yourself something nice, get a gift for a friend or, family. But without further ado, let's get into the video. So our last video was about sex before marriage and spirit spouse. So today, this is going to be part 2. This one is going to, and excuse me guys, because I don't know what's going on with my allergies today, so I'm going to be like sniffly and yeah, I'm going to be annoying, but I got to get this video out. I got to let you guys know what's going on. So, but today's video is going to be about more letting you know how to know that the spirit spouse is present. This one should be pretty brief, and part 3 of this video would be my own testimony with the spirit spouse myself and how I overcame that. So without further ado, let's get into it seriously this time. So first on my list would be the dreams. So dreams that you're having is a clear sign that you have a spirit spouse. More than likely, a lot of times the major sign is sex dreams. Like that's the major sign that you have a spirit spouse. The spirit spouse comes and sleeps with you in those dreams. Even times where it's very scary if you come from it, if you ejaculate from it. The spirit spouse more than likely has put your DNA in some kind of contract in, some power was taken from you. That's a big thing. Some covenant, you have signed something with your DNA in that kingdom as well. So in the kingdom of darkness. So that is a big sign, and it's very scary because when you have sex dreams, it's not just, no matter how good the dream may feel, no matter what, if you're sleeping with a demon, they come to kill, steal, and destroy. Therefore, they're coming for your finances. They are coming for your health. They are coming to keep you from your true purpose. They're coming to keep you separated from God. They are giving you confusion. They are keeping you from your God-given spouse, which your God-given spouse is like the best thing that you could ever have, because God gave you that spouse. God knows what's best for you. That's a beautiful relationship right there, and you want that. But they'll be keeping you from that and so many other things that I could probably go on a list for years about. So yeah, when you have a sex dream, that's very scary. You got to be very cautious to remember your dreams. Remember your dreams. We dream a lot. Dreams help us to know what's happening in the spiritual realm. They are our other way of being connected with the spiritual realm. If you're not dreaming, more than likely, if you have a spirit spouse, hold up, first of all, more than likely, if you have a spirit spouse, you are at least dreaming about that spirit spouse. If you can't remember a dream, that's what's happening. More than likely, you are dreaming. If you think that you're not dreaming, but you just probably can't remember those dreams. What you want to do at that point is pray to remember dreams. Pray to remember dreams, because we are not only physical, but we are spiritual, and that's how we also stay connected to the spiritual side, is our dreams. So they're definitely happening. You just want to be able to be aware of them. And so what you got to do is pray to remember the dreams. But a lot of times, that is one way that they're coming, is through sex dreams. And then another way that they come is through dreams, like a lot of times, like you're underwater, or you're like in just a habitat that's not your own. Like, it's not natural for humans to be in that situation, which is mostly like the underwater. So usually there's something holding you down to them. At that point, if you have a kind of dream like that, you want to get all things out of your life that is holding you down underwater, that is holding you to the marine kingdom, that is holding you down to the kingdom of darkness. So that could be a lot of things. But what the first things you want to do is just start to tackle what's not of God. Pray about it. What have you been feeling convicted about? Always pray for conviction. Always pray to feel convicted about things that you are doing unknowingly and knowingly. So sometimes you can do things knowingly against God and you don't even feel convicted about it. You need to be praying for conviction. Conviction is key. Okay. So yeah. Underwater dreams is also a sign that you have a spirit spouse, because that's not natural for us. It's not natural for us to be underwater. That's not a good look. Another way to know that you have a spirit spouse is soul ties. Usually people like your exes are still drawn to you sexually, and that is a big way to know that the spirit spouse is there, trying to get you to have sex, trying to get you to sleep with them against God, trying to get back in, because once you sleep with somebody outside of marriage, like we talked about in the last video, it's you're breaking a law, and you're giving them a permission. You're giving the enemy a permission at that point to come in and punish you, for breaking God's law. You know what I'm saying? Whether you felt that you were being punished or not. When you really get a spiritual understanding, and you really get to the point where you're starting to want to grow, when you really get to the point where you want to grow, okay, you'll start to notice that you're going to have to stop a lot of things, and you're going to have to be more aware of what's going on, because it will be hard for you to grow. So when people are around you that are sent from the enemy, more than likely he's going to be getting those people to call you. Like, those people are going to be, oh, you're the only one for me, or you're the only one that I feel comfortable with. You're the only one who I trust. A lot of different things would be said at that point, but just know, more than likely, the spirit spouse has sent them your way. You're on their mind because of this spirit spouse. Another way to know that there's a spirit spouse present is pornography. The spirit spouse wants to pervert the mind. Definitely wants to pervert the mind. The eyes are the light of the body. So, and that's what God tells us. So, yes, perverting the mind is a great way that the spirit spouse is entering into your life. And then secondly is that masturbation. Just know, anytime that you masturbate, you are having sex with a spirit spouse. You are having sex with them in the spiritual realm. You're not, it's not just you. It's not just you there. Get rid of the toys. Get rid of all those things, because and get rid of anything that's going to that you use to have sex with yourself. Honestly, because in reality, you're not having sex with yourself. Yeah, excuse me, like I told you guys, my allergies, they suck today. They just totally suck today. But we're not going to let that stop us. So, yeah, so masturbation is a huge sign. Sometimes you might feel like it's like an overwhelming, like you can't control it, like you cannot control, like say maybe you're trying to stop, but you feel like you cannot control the fact that you have to do it. Like, that is your spirit spouse up and through, ready to curse you, ready to cause some kind of destruction to you in the unseen realm, and is ready to to get you to have sex, just so that way they can gain more strength and more power over you. Okay, so it weakens you every time you do these things against God. So, and it's gonna give them strength. Okay, so at that point, just be very cautious, and know that your spirit spouse is there. And no matter how much you want to do it, the best way to fight the spirit spouse is not do those things. That's literally how you keep the spirit spouse out. Once you deliver yourself from the spirit spouse, they're still more than likely a lot of times once you get delivered, they will still lurk around looking for the opportunity to get in. Only way you can keep them out is when you don't do those things, when you don't sin against God anymore. That's the only way to keep a spirit spouse gone. Another way to know that a spirit spouse is present is unholy, ungodly relationships. A lot of times, the spirit spouse will send you somebody that is a counterfeit, not your godly mate, not your God sent mate. They will send you somebody that, say the person maybe you're somebody who really loves God and really is trying, and you know what I'm saying, you might be trying, but you still struggle with this the sex before marriage thing. More than likely they're going to send you somebody who might believe in the same things that you believe, but also are struggling with the same sins that you are struggling with, and not overcoming them as well. So you guys will be maybe going to church and stuff like that, but you guys are still sinning. You might even have Bible study together from time to time, but y'all still sinning. Y'all still having sex. Or sometimes you guys don't even talk about God. Maybe the most you guys do is go to church, but you guys are not talking about God. You guys are not prioritizing God. You guys are not changing for God. Nothing. Sometimes the relationship is more blatant, like you can really tell that it's not sent from God, because it's abusive. It's a lot of cheating, a lot of lustful things going on in that relationship. That is a relationship sent to you by your spirit spouse to keep you stagnant and keep you away from getting your blessings, keeping you from being in your purpose, keeping you from getting your God sent spouse, your blessing, you know. So yeah, so ungodly relationships are also a big way to know that you have a spirit spouse as well. And then, so that's more how you know that a spirit spouse is present. Now, things that you can do. I would say, like, another way to know that a spirit spouse is a spirit spouse is present is the friends that you hang out with. So, those friends that you are hanging out with, that's like, girl, I've done it. I've slept with a dude. I had a one night stand, and they encouraging you, and they never saying nothing about, hey, you shouldn't do that. And, your homeboy who's saying, hey, go and sleep with, well, let's make a bet how many girls we can get today. You got those kind of friends. That is a clear indication that you have a spirit spouse around you trying to hold you down. You need friends, you need godly friends that are sent from God, that is going to convict you, help you get to the kingdom. The enemy sends friends too, just like God sends friends. The enemy does too, just like God sends you God-given spouses. The enemy sends you hell-sent spouses. So, like, the enemy is just a copycat, an evil copycat of God. So, with that being said, the friends that you have is a clear indication that there is a spirit spouse. If those friends are not helping you to God, and those friends are, like, a lot of times keeping you from God, that's, you have a spirit spouse around, sending you those kinds of friends, just to make sure that you can be tempted in every which way. Another way to know that you have a spirit spouse is your mindset. So say, like, your mindset is just I can't get focused, or your mindset is like when you see a woman or you see a man, first thing you thinking is what it's going to be like in bed, or what they look like with their shirt off, and that is a clear indication that there's a spirit spouse present. So you definitely gonna have to do a praying and fasting to get away from this spirit spouse, because those are like those are pretty, like, clear, loud signs. Those are like screaming signs that there's a spirit spouse. Even the way you dress is a sign that you have a spirit spouse. People didn't know that. Yeah, the spirit spouse they want to, they're attracted to that. They're attracted to ungodly dressing. You know, they're attracted to you walking around here with your belly button out and the cleavage showing, and clothes too tight for male and female, revealing clothes, you know. So yeah, that is another way that a spirit spouse is attracted to you. Even piercings attract you to a spirit spouse, or keeps you bound to your spirit spouse. Belly button piercings, nipples piercings, nose, tongue, all these things are not natural. They're not natural. So anything that is not natural, just know that before you got it, more than likely you had either a spirit spouse trying to get in, just like we discussed in the last video, from the foundation. They were always there, they just didn't have a way to get in yet. So yes, it's very possible for you to have been a virgin and you already had your belly button pierced, and you're thinking, so that don't make sense, I couldn't have a spirit spouse. No, yeah, it was always around. It was always around. It just didn't have an opportunity to get in. Just like when once you get rid of your spirit spouse, they're still going to be around. They're still going to be looking for their opportunity to get in. But once you don't give in to those sins, you don't give them any authority over your life. The enemy is always lurking on who he can devour, always seeking on who he can destroy. But if you give them no entrance into your life, no door, no window, they can't do anything to you. They can't. So quicker you get all these things out of the way of you, it'll be better for you. So yeah, that was actually kind of quick, you know. So that will be ways of how to know that there is a spirit spouse. You want to start closing all those doors. If you try to pray against a spirit spouse and you still have all these doors opening, you praying against a spirit spouse, but you know you're not married, you know, you gonna have to pay those bridal fees. You have to pay them bridal fees. You gonna have to get married. You're gonna have to lock it down. And you know what? And I highly suggest this, even though I just said that. Always wait for your God sent. Make sure that person that you're trying to get married to is a God sent, because the enemy likes divorce. You know what I'm saying? The enemy likes chaos in marriages because they distract you from God. So if you just marry somebody that's not your God sent spouse, the enemy is there. The enemy is going to taunt you and like ruin your marriage. You know what I'm saying? So you want to wait on the God sent. You want to wait on the God sent spouse. Like that's just the best thing that can ever happen to you. Unfortunately, the enemy is like real good at keeping people from their God sent spouse. Literally. I was married once to the wrong person just because I wanted to have sex. Like it was that serious. So like you want to wait on the God sent person, because if you marry people that's not sent by God, the enemy is there in that marriage, and the enemy is able to taunt you, like able to destroy you and ruin your marriage, cause you to, you know, not reach your higher self in Christ, even with that marriage. So literally any gateways that you have, any windows and any doors that you have, you want to close every entrance that this spirit spouse has entered into your life. Piercings, sex, clothes, anything, even jewelry, even like if you have things from exes, like that, like if you wearing a ring from your ex-husband or your ex-boyfriend, take all that stuff off. Get rid of all that stuff. Don't wear anything from an ex, because that's still keeping you bound to that person. And I only know this from my experience and through God, what he told me, you know, of why I was praying and all that, and I'm like, I got rid of all the piercings. Like at this point, I'm like, what's going on? And then God let me know it was literally the rings that I was wearing from my ex that they had gave me. You got to take that stuff off, you know. The enemy literally finds little to us, small things to enter our lives. So you're going to have to be praying, and you're going to have to be serious about putting these doors that are open to a cease. Like you're gonna have to be serious about that. But you know, that was really it for today's video. The next video we're going to be talking about my experience on the spirit spouse and how I got deliverance from my spirit spouse. So if that seems interesting to you, go ahead and tune in for the next video. If this video was helpful in any kind of way, please subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much, guys, for watching, and have a good one. Bye.